Thanks for taking out your time and joining Tech Thursday with TimesPro. And today we have a very interesting topic, the topic which I was waiting from a very long time. The topic is insight to cryptocurrencies and careers. And today we have Mr. Raj Kapoor, a well-known person, you can say, across blockchain and a Web3 domain across in India and globally. So he's a founder and CEO of India Blockchain Alliance. And I welcome you, sir. And last 2 weeks back, we had a session on blockchain, IT, future of IT and jobs. So that was one of the wonderful sessions we had. And this week, again, we are glad to have you on the topic called crypto. And I'm pretty sure there are a lot of learners, viewers would like to know insight about the cryptocurrency and the careers. And if you see today, there's a cryptocurrency market is getting down because I also follow a few cryptocurrencies like, Shibu coins or, Ethereum or very, very small coins. I have bought it for myself for a long-term purpose. So I'm pretty much, pumped up for the session and really looking forward to get a lot of insight being a crypto trader also.
Well, I'm happy to give that, but you know what I'm going to do? Let me first say hello to everybody. Hi, folks. Yes, I can see a lot of people there. Right. Hi, folks. My name is Raj Kapoor. And as Bimlesh said, today we're going to talk a little about crypto, a little about blockchain, and a little about the careers in this space. You know something? I always start with a video. Why? Because the video, I've collected all the headlines in the last couple of months. I love the video. You know why? Because it makes me always believe I'm in the right place, and then so are you. So what I'm going to do is, switch my video off. I'm going to open out this little video, share that with you, and then I'll go right into that presentation. Okay. So here's I'm just sharing my screen. Yes. Okay. Yeah, we have. All right. I'll switch off my WhatsApp as well. We don't need that. Right, here we are, and have a look at this presentation first. Sorry. Well, that was the video. It also, if you see the video, you'll see that jobs are plenty, but most important, well, jobs are jobs, that's cool, but there are lots of jobs. It's raining jobs. There are so many jobs there, but there are very few people, and that's why it's great to be part of this ecosystem. Now, before I start, I want to ask everybody a little question. Maybe, Bimlesh, you can start with the first answer.
Yes, sir.
You said you know crypto, right? You know a little bit about crypto and you're looking forward to some stuff. Now, what do you know about crypto? Let's start with that. What is your idea of crypto?
Sir, to be frank, I do not know much in depth about crypto. So what I heard about crypto is, basically crypto is like a stock market only, like a stock price where, you will not able to get to know how do you
Hmm.
make a transaction from which user to which user you have sold it.
Hmm.
So I know very basic things about crypto.
All right.
It's basically it's a digital currency, it's for the medium of exchange between one party to other party.
Okay, that's good enough to start off. I'll also ask you another question. First of all, is our audience new, or is it the same audience which was there last time?
We have a mixed pool of audience. There are few old audience. Hello.
Yeah, is it the same audience or new audience?
We have a same audience as well as we have new audience.
All right, because then I'll show a different video then, because I thought it's the same audience. I'll show a similar one. A different presentation. So why just hold on for a minute while I pull up the right one for you guys. Okay. Just give me a minute. Okay, so anybody else in the audience in the meantime, what do you know about crypto? Put your answers inside. Come on. Let me just ask everybody first. What do you know about crypto? Anybody? Any answers inside the box?
Not it.
Hmm?
Feel free to answer.
No?
Digital currency. Sham Yadav says
All right.
digital currency.
Digital currency.
Crypto is crypto is a digital currency and maintains privacy. Maintains privacy, sorry.
Okay. What else can we say? Anything else?
Digital currency in unregulated market.
Okay, unregulated market. Good. All right, I'm going to let's show you a little video. Let's have a look. There's some good answers. They're not wrong at all. They're pretty much okay. So don't worry that you were pretty much on the right track. So be happy about that. All right, I'm going to show you the presentation now. Okay, just tell me when you can see my screen. I'm going to share my screen right now. All right. First of all, a lot of you said correct things. Somebody said transaction one cannot be reversed. That's good. That's blockchain, digital currency, in unregulated market. All good answers. Fine. So we do have a fair idea, right? So let me take you straight to my presentation. I'll share this and I'm presenting it right now. Okay, so what is cryptocurrency? I'll break it up in two parts. First, I'll explain to you what is cryptocurrency, and then I'll tell you about the different careers. Let's start, okay? So first, let's understand. We all have a little idea of what cryptocurrency is, but I think it's very important for us to know what it does. First of all, I'll make one thing clear. Crypto is not blockchain, and blockchain is not crypto. Crypto is the use case of blockchain. Means you can use blockchain to create cryptos. You can use blockchain also to create NFTs and many other things. But the bottom line is, crypto is a car and blockchain is the highway. There are many cars, many coins, many tokens, lots of things. So let's understand, how does cryptocurrency work? There are two things, cryptos and there are tokens. All right, just go back a little. So, when a blockchain is a technology which basically enables technology to create coins or tokens. Just give me 1 second. I'm having a problem with my presentation. It's not moving. Just give me a second. Give me a second. I'll just pull it up again. I'm having a problem pulling it out again. Right, I think I have it now. Okay. Right, here we go. Let's go back. The other one is not opening. I'm having a problem, but anyway, I'll share this one itself. Oops. Reset. So what is cryptocurrency? Once again, I'll explain to you. Whenever there is a transaction in the blockchain space, the cryptocurrency, first of all, came about in 2008. If you would download the white paper by Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi Nakamoto took out a paper in the year 2008, 31st October, in which he described how revolutionary cryptocurrency can be, how revolutionary Bitcoin can be. In fact, the Bitcoin, the first coin which came up, was basically only to demonstrate how you could move one digital asset to another without using a centralized authority or a bank. The Bitcoin would never have come otherwise. He had to show it to see how it goes. So when he did that, he actually was creating a new digital asset. He didn't know it that time, but it becomes now a major digital asset. And why does it become a digital asset? Because it has got value now. So initially, Bitcoins were given to these different nodes and miners for creating blockchains, for inputting the data inside and creating these blockchains. So that is fine, all good. But why were they creating these blockchains? Well, they were creating the blockchains because that was becoming a parallel way of actually challenging the banking institutions, that you could move money from one place to the other or any digital asset without a middleman. Blockchain made that huge difference. Now, coming back here, you know how they were made first? Well, everybody says, okay, we can mine Bitcoin, but anybody knows how Bitcoins are mined? If not, I'm going to tell you very quickly. Two things happen. One, it was an open community. First of all, blockchain and Bitcoin doesn't belong to anyone. It's not owned by a Microsoft or a Facebook or an Amazon. It's not owned by anybody. It's an open source. It's open source. Open source means it's a community that governs it, a community that runs it. Something like a housing society. It's not a government, but within the society, there are rules, there are regulations, there are people which take care of all the housing society matters, the residents' welfare, etc. Similarly, this was a group of a lot of people, whole community globally, which would sit with each other, exchange notes, knowledge, etc., so that they could build out this technology, which was taken up first by Satoshi Nakamoto. Some of you remember what I told you about Satoshi Nakamoto? Does anybody remember who is Satoshi Nakamoto? Anybody knows? No, nobody knows? Well, I'll just refresh your memories again. Satoshi Nakamoto was the person who was the first to put across this paper on cryptocurrency, clearly mentioning that cryptocurrencies are the new way of transferring money without middlemen, without intermediaries. Now, when he did that, he challenged the banking system. And of course, he didn't put his real name out there because he felt that if he put his real name, he might be accused by the authorities or hounded by the banks or the governments at that time. So he put an alias or a pseudonym, Satoshi Nakamoto. Now, it is believed that Satoshi Nakamoto was actually not a human being. It was 4 large corporations, Samsung and Toshiba. That's why Sa and Toshi come from there. Nakamichi and Motorola. Naka and Moto come from there. It's believed that is not proven. Now, because of that, Satoshi Nakamoto became pretty popular, and so did his technology. It became popular. So he had a very simple way of explaining. He said, listen, if all the community works together, we can build a better product, a better system than what is existing. So they started creating this blockchains. Now, the people who actually work on the blockchains are called miners. Why? They are mining something. The mining reward was Bitcoin. It was an acceptable token or a currency, which the miners or the developers who created this whole ecosystem accepted as they said within the community, we'll accept Bitcoin as a form of payment. They didn't want money. They said Bitcoin is good enough for us. And Bitcoin but it started off as the first cryptocurrency. It had a cap that they said that by 2040, we will mine 21 million Bitcoins, and then there'll be no more. And that's exactly where we stand. There's going to be no more in the next few years. In another 16, 17 years, all will be finished. Already 90% of them have been mined. And that's why it's becoming a rare commodity. Irrespective of the markets going up and down. That's a different matter. That's economics. Now, coming back. So how was this entire who got the Bitcoins? Who was this community? That's important for us to know. Once we understand that, we'll understand cryptocurrencies and we'll understand blockchain better. Now, if I was to give a, everybody says we'll solve the problems, we'll make the blockchain. We'll make the blockchain because then they would get Bitcoins. Now, but that was not fair because the community, everybody should get a fair chance. So there would be a very complicated puzzle given to these miners. Okay. Who are these miners? Same guys who've got all the blockchain, all the computer nodes. They're the ones who can do this. They can solve this. So what they were given was a very complicated puzzle, and the community which actually solved the puzzle first came up with this and said, yes, we have done this. And they were given the opportunity to create the blockchain, and therefore their community would get rewarded, right? So it was like a race. Everybody would race to finish the puzzle. But to finish the puzzle, they must also show what work they have done, what are the steps they have taken to solve the puzzle. And that's why the first consensus mechanism was called proof of work, right? Proof of work to show that, well, I have worked and solved the problem. It's not that I've taken the answer from somewhere else, or I've copied it from somewhere else, or I've guessed it. No, we had to do that. That was the way of that determining that time on how anybody should solve. So anybody, well, in the beginning, this is the way it was done. Now things are changing. So while this was done, people would start making the blockchain, all these miners, they would compete and then they would mine. And for every time they would make a block, they would get certain coins as rewards. That was the beginning of the Bitcoin. That was the cryptocurrency in those days. That time it was one. Do you know how many there are now? There are more than 30,000 tokens and coins. That's right, folks. 30,000 plus. So it's a lot of coins. There are a lot of coins. I'd like to show you a video, which then will explain to you a little more about the Bitcoins. So I'll just pause this for a moment and I'll show you a video. So now after hearing this, can anybody tell me what is proof of work? Anybody? Nobody knows proof of work. Everybody heard of proof of work or no? Or everybody heard of Bitcoin, but nobody wants to work for it, right? Okay, I'll come right directly to the cryptocurrency part. I know you're waiting for the cryptocurrency part. That's the interesting part, is what should I buy? What should I sell? No, that's not really important, but really, you should have a look at this video now. It'll help you understand a little better what I said. What I just right now said, I'm going to tell you about the key characteristics of cryptocurrencies. It's really very important for you to know them. All right, I'm going to just show this just a sec. And here we are. All right, here we go. And I share my screen. Here we have a lovely video here. I'm going to expand this and relax and enjoy this.
Cryptocurrencies are one of the most revolutionary alternatives to money the world has seen. In short, cryptocurrency subtracts the two main parts of money management, trust and centralization. Because of the huge potential this creates, digitalized and distributed currency is being adopted in a multitude of innovative ways. And while it certainly comes with its own challenges, it might just be here to stay. In this video, we take a look at some of the drivers behind the continual inception of cryptocurrencies and how they work. Cryptocurrencies first arose with Bitcoin in 2008, where Satoshi Nakamoto published the Bitcoin white paper. a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. In 2009, the first Bitcoin transaction took place, and since then, the introduction to the general public has been anything but smooth and has taken all parts of the world by surprise. Major events include the first monetary value attached to Bitcoin in 2010, where 2 pizzas were bought for 10,000 Bitcoins, which as of fall 2018 is worth about 65 million US dollars. Rival cryptocurrencies then emerged in 2011, such as Litecoin and Samecoin, and today thousands of different cryptocurrencies are being traded. The main idea behind Bitcoin was to create a cryptographically secure currency that could be used as universal cash. Because it was open source, people started creating their own versions of Bitcoin by copying the code and modifying it for their own needs, starting a whole new generation of cryptocurrencies, many of which hoping to become the next Bitcoin. So what's so special about cryptocurrency? There are several key characteristics that make cryptocurrency truly game-changing. The first, trustless.
Now, listen to this very carefully, because when we're talking about cryptocurrencies and we're talking about making future and our jobs and careers, cryptocurrency is one part of everything. It's a part of blockchain. And whatever you listen now is also whatever fundamental features which you hear now are also the features of blockchain. And blockchain is the big picture, guys. That's where the jobs are. Cryptocurrency is a great asset to blockchain, but not in itself everything.
Regular fiat currency, you normally need a third-party mediator, such as a bank, to secure the value of your money by not devaluing it and ensure no double spending. With the blockchain, people's trust moves from people to a purely digital realm. The proof of work underneath Bitcoin replaces this trust and creates consensus within a distributed ledger, such as Bitcoin. The second reason is decentralization. Banks and government control over the money supplies allows them to ramp up interest rates and exert power over currencies. With cryptocurrencies, no single individual or consortiums is able to exert huge influence over it without the majority's consent. And even so, minorities are free to fork away and create their own version of the currency. The third reason cryptocurrency is game-changing is immutability, meaning that once a transaction has received validation, it can never be replaced or reversed, thanks to the cryptography underpinning the cryptocurrency's blockchain. So now that we have an idea of some of its main features, how does it work? In a simple sense, cryptocurrency works similar to using PayPal or a debit card. But instead of fiat currency, you have numbers that represent cryptocurrency. Most new users set up a Coinbase account where they can buy, sell, send, receive, and store cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin Cash, Ether, and Litecoin. Coinbase also provides wallet, broker, and exchange services. Cryptocurrency also works like bank credit on a debit card. Both systems issue currency, record transactions, and balance works to secure people's sending and receiving of money. And platforms for both manage accounts and balance. The key distinction between cryptocurrency and bank credit is that instead of banks and governments issuing the currency and keeping ledgers, an algorithm does. Cryptocurrencies hold much promise for the future as a medium of exchange that uses secure cryptography for financial transactions, controls the creation of additional units, and verifies the transfer of assets. And while tax authorities and legal regulators are still trying to understand the very concept of crypto coins and how they fit into the regulations and legal frameworks, cryptocurrencies continue to gain widespread adoption.
Now, that should have given you a fair idea. What are the main things which we talked about? We talked about distributed. We talk about disintermediated. It means it doesn't belong to anyone. Cryptocurrency belongs to a community. It doesn't belong to any big tech firms like Amazon, Microsoft, Alibaba, Facebook. No, it belongs to the community. You must have heard of Java. Java as a language. Java is open source. It's community. Linux Foundation, its community, MOOC, all these are communities. These are not owned by anybody. That's what makes them so brilliant. And that's what makes them so unique and difficult to understand for a lot of people. Now, we had a look at that, right? Now, do you know what is cryptography? Well, cryptography is the art of creating coins. You'd like to have a look at that? I'll show you something on that. In fact, I'm going to show you a series of videos, and then I'm going to tell you about the careers in person myself. There's a lot to be seen in this space. One second. Yeah, here we are. I'm showing you the video right now. How are people now across the world? What are they doing with cryptocurrencies? So now we have a fair idea what are cryptocurrencies, how we are created, how miners mine them, and how there is a limited supply of them. Now, we also need to know what are they being used for right now and what's going to happen in the future of them. And because the future is where the jobs are. So let's understand that a little better through this particular video. Here you are.
In this video, we're going to discuss how people have reacted to the rise of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and the impacts that cryptocurrencies have had and are going to have on people. Additionally, we will look into the various ways that people are using cryptocurrencies, its first uses in first and third world countries, and the transformations we can expect to see over the next decade. Since the introduction of Bitcoin in 2008 by Satoshi Nakamoto, the entire world has been taken by surprise. There's been a plethora of media attention since then, with each major event equally popularizing the currency or cautioning its use. This has been the cause for continuous upswings and downswings in the value of Bitcoin. With the rapid spread, there's been as much skepticism as eagerness to get involved. One thing that's for sure, with a 53,000% increase in value since 2009, people have seen that the rise of peer-to-peer transactions through digital currencies that operate without the interference of a financial institution is not only possible, but can revolutionize how the world undergoes transactions. Bitcoin and the introduction of other cryptocurrencies has leveled the playing field for everyone, particularly because it's globally accessible, allows multiple secured, verified, peer-to-peer transfers, has very low fees, and can be done anonymously and instantaneously with low risk. Cryptocurrencies are dramatically changing how people do transactions in day-to-day life, but also how we store value for long-term and conduct business. How are people using cryptocurrencies? Some of the major uses of cryptocurrencies include wealth management, ethical business practices, going green with environmental tokens, and travel, such as with Bitcoin on cheapair.com or other travel websites that are accepting crypto payments. In the education sector, various universities in Germany, Switzerland.
Let me tell you something very latest, which is as latest as last week. Last week, one small town in Switzerland, they actually, McDonald's is now accepting cryptocurrencies. And not only that, Starbucks is accepting. Microsoft, for some of its products, you can buy it with crypto. Not only that, in Gujarat, there is a pizza parlor which says, I accept Bitcoin. So it's slowly but steadily becoming a little bit of mainstream. Not yet there, just the beginning, but a lot of people are accepting. Time magazine, for example, takes Bitcoin or other Ethereum or other currencies, some of the other currencies, for its subscription model. Also have a look at the rest of them now. I just shared the latest ones with you right now. Have a look at the rest as well.
Cyprus and the US have started accepting Bitcoin as payment. While it's not abnormal for banks to offer 0.5% interest per year, Bitcoin rose 2,200% in 2017, along with various other cryptocurrencies following a similar trend line. Cryptocurrencies as an investment has and continues to excite many individual and corporate investors of all classes, ethnicities, and sectors. In impoverished countries, people have looked towards cryptocurrencies to protect their money against hyperinflation, reduce remittance cost, improve financial inclusion, and fight against corruption.
Now, you know that El Salvador has actually made Bitcoin its own official currency. And the Central Africa state also has also made it's adopted Bitcoin as its own currency. There are a couple of others in South America, especially, who are contemplating, including Mexico, Brazil, the Honduras. A lot of them are actually planning to do so in the future. Not yet there, but they are all planning, and some of them have put bills in the parliament, some have put research papers, but everything is getting hot in this space. Africa too is looking at, a lot of African countries are looking at making Bitcoin as an alternative currency.
Currently, 2 billion people in the world don't use banking, and for many, it's unsafe for them to reveal their identity to the government. With just internet and a cell phone, a digital identity created with blockchain could help billions benefit without the need for a legal name, only using string of numbers, and could readily be used to buy and sell goods. Countries that are having problems with their own banking and are adopting cryptocurrencies include Greece, Syria, Venezuela, Pakistan, Yemen, and Zimbabwe. In a 2018 survey in the USA, 18% of students either own or have owned cryptocurrencies. This is twice the rate of the general population, suggesting that the most rapid adoption has taken place within the younger and more technologically savvy demographics. Currently, with awareness rising and 42% of the top 50 universities in the world offering at least one blockchain or cryptocurrency course, they're being taken very seriously regarding their implications for the future. From individual investors to small companies in the middle of the Amazon to entire countries affected, cryptocurrencies offer near endless potential of how markets can be rewritten. Fundamentally, cryptocurrencies need to be mathematically complex to avoid fraud or hacker attacks, yet decentralized and easy to understand for consumers, preserving user anonymity, but not being a conduit for tax evasion, money laundering, or other illegal usage. As the success of most cryptocurrencies is closely tied with the success of Bitcoin, the future of cryptocurrencies is much determined by the success of Bitcoin in dealing with these challenges.
So wasn't that interesting? You see so many use cases of cryptocurrency. We always felt once upon a time that you can only use cryptocurrency to trade, but now you saw some of the other uses. Let me also tell you about one very nice, very unique app coming up very soon. It's in the stealth mode right now, but yeah, I can discuss it, but I won't give you the name right now. They will reveal it in some time. In India also, it's going to get launched. 2-3 things you should know. Why cryptocurrencies are still, are not regulated completely, but there are a lot of things happening in this space. Now we have, for example, there is this company. There are 2-3 things I'll tell you which are very interesting. One is a company which actually, if you want to subscribe to an Amazon or say a Netflix or whatever you want, any of these, or any brand for that matter, you can actually purchase coupons from this company via cryptocurrency and purchase these, and you'll get them linked in India. Well, that's one happening. Second, there is this exchange called the Eve Exchange. The Eve Exchange not only allows you to buy and sell crypto. What do you do with the crypto once you bought and sold? Can you do anything with it? Can you buy fruits, vegetables, tomatoes, restaurants, anything, clothes? Well, the answer now is yes. In Eve Exchange, they have built in a marketplace of everybody who accepts cryptocurrency as payment. And it's keeping on. There are already 1,200 people on board there, and more people joining every day, from small restaurants to real estate companies, to utility companies, to exchanges, to you can pay for your services. You can pay for a lot of things in that exchange. So there are 1,200 plus. And not only that, you know what, another surprising thing there? Just like in Facebook, you can open your own shop there. Well, in the Eve Exchange, if you want, and you don't have any cryptocurrency and you want to earn cryptocurrency, you can actually open a shop there and offer services out there. For example, designing services, content creation services, etc., etc. and get paid in cryptocurrency. Now, isn't that some real world use of crypto? Yeah. What do you think? Now, a very important thing before we get into the careers, and I would really like you to know this, you must also know how cryptocurrency exchanges are now supporting the digital economy. They all come for criticism or right, but they're actually supporting the economy. That's very important, and very important also because while you go into the future and careers are going to be around alternative means of finance, and crypto is going to be one of them, it'll be very useful for you to know. After this video, I'll get onto my presentation once again and share some more insights. So here we go. I'll share this once again with you. Here we are. And how do they compare? Let's go.
The number of cryptocurrency exchanges have exploded since the rise of Bitcoin and play a key role in the massive growth of cryptocurrencies. In this video, we're going to explore the underlying mechanisms of cryptocurrency exchanges, their functions in the digital economy, and what future we can expect as current limitations are solved. Cryptocurrency exchanges, aka digital currency exchanges, DCEs, are any system operating with the basis of trading cryptocurrencies with other assets. They are the main vehicle for the liquid use of cryptocurrency assets and an extremely competitive space, with each exchange having different fee structures, trading features, tradable coins, security and insurance measures. They're similar to traditional exchanges in that the core function of cryptocurrency exchanges is to permit the buying and selling of assets, in this case, digital assets. There are over 200 cryptocurrency exchanges in operation today and over 1,600 cryptocurrencies in circulation, with a combined market cap of over 290 billion US dollars.
Well, when this video I had made it was 1,600. It was about a year or so back, year and a half back. Now there are 30,000. And mind you, the 200 cryptocurrencies which we're talking about here has gone beyond 500 now. That's a lot of cryptocurrencies. India's got 10 very popular crypto exchanges as well. You must have heard of CoinSwitch Cuba, CoinDCX, ZepPay, WazirX, BitBNS, Rupee. There are so many of them, but the more popular ones, I'm sure you know. We'll talk about them a little later. Just understand what he's trying to say here. We're trying to say here is that the role they are playing in the crypto economy is going to be very, very critical. And therefore, this leads to the jobs of the future as well.
Major exchanges include the names Coinbase, BitMEX, and Binance. How do cryptocurrency exchanges work? Their purpose is to allow the exchange of one cryptocurrency for another, the buying and selling of coins, and the exchange of fiat money into cryptocurrencies. They set the rate or value of the coins and tokens, usually based on its own volume of trades, or the supply and demand of its users. Generally speaking, the bigger the exchange, the more market-relevant price. Traditional financial exchanges and cryptocurrency exchanges are similar in the brokering process, with market and limit orders. The function of both types of exchanges are to help with transactions and collect fees. They differ, however, in a few ways. Firstly, the underlying asset, such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and any other altcoin, has different properties to a national currency and are inherently unstable regarding value and sourcing. The value of Bitcoin has dramatically changed over a short period of time and is closely connected to major disruptive events. Secondly, although they have built-in protection, cryptocurrency exchanges have been much more susceptible to fraud and theft. Digital economy is often associated with cryptocurrencies and refers broadly to the economic processes, transactions, and other financial functions related to digital computing technologies. As of July 2018, there are over 4 billion internet users worldwide, and the demand for digital trends such as cloud computing, mobile web services, social media, etc., suggest that digital economy is one of the most important drivers of innovation, competitiveness, and growth within companies today. Cryptocurrency exchanges support the digital economy in that they resolve some major issues, such as international financial barriers, the surplus of fees for currency conversions and slow transactions. The suitability for cryptocurrencies over fiat money is supported by their accessibility, decentralization and confidentiality, and lack of governmental regulation. Cryptocurrency exchanges are the foundation of the cryptocurrency market. Still, they face important limitations. Most exchanges are centralized, meaning that money deposited by users is usually held in one location. This has made it much easier for hackers and has a history of poor security.
This is very important for you to know. Even though there are crypto exchanges, the exchanges themselves are not on blockchain and therefore susceptible to fraud and hacking. And you must have heard over the last few months a lot of these happening, a lot of these being hacked, the exchanges, the wallets, the databases, everything is getting hacked because one of the key problems in these exchanges is they are centralized. Slowly and steadily, the decentralized exchanges are coming. These are the ones which are going to be more safe and secure in the future. But right now, most of them are centralized. Although they deal in cryptos, it does not mean that they are on the blockchain. They haven't put it on the blockchain for reasons which are of complexity, but they will be doing over a period of time. Otherwise, they will remain susceptible. And a piece of advice for everybody, whoever has tokens and coins, try and hold them in a cold wallet. A cold wallet is like a drive which only activates when you plug it into your laptop, and don't keep it online all the time. That's a piece of advice for everybody.
Security, with over 30 exchanges hacked and over 15 billion US dollars stolen since 2013. In centralized exchanges, users don't hold private keys to their money and are therefore subject to the risks of the exchange. Although decentralized exchanges exist, 99% of trades currently occur through centralized exchanges. Although there's no sign of the end of cryptocurrency exchanges, the global adoption of cryptocurrencies is expected to be in decentralized exchanges. The main advantages of decentralized exchanges are that they have no server downtime, are virtually impossible to hack, are anonymous, and the funds are controlled by the user. Compared to centralized exchanges, they are, however, more difficult to use, lack user support, and lack asset liquidity. Solving these challenges is key if cryptocurrency exchanges and their transformative potential in the digital economy are to become truly mainstream.
Okay, we've seen a couple of videos. Now let's come back to the presentation and have a look at some facts and figures and see where the world is going beyond this now. We're talking about the careers, right? We talked about how blockchain is great, etc. We've seen how it works. We've seen some numbers. Now, I'm going to share something with you, which is really critical. These numbers I've showed last time. Now, these are once again, I'll show you these numbers. These are related to India. You know something? NASSCOM report 2021, it was taken out recently, and it actually gave a very, very telling insight into the crypto world. 8 lakh jobs or 800,000 jobs are going to be up for grabs by 2030, up from 50,000 right now. 50,000 are there right now. That's all in a country of 1.4 billion, where we have more than 3 million people in the tech sector. Only in the programming sector, we've got only 50,000 from there employed in the blockchain industry or the crypto industry. That is a drop in the ocean. There are going to be so many more jobs. We need almost every year 100,000 jobs. But for that, we need to understand crypto. We need to understand blockchain. That's why the education and awareness is really critical. Look at the next slide. The industry is going to reach 241 million in size by 2030 in India. 241 million. Right now it's about 40 million. It's going to be 241 million. It's going to grow 6 times in the next 6 years or 8 years. That's also huge, huge growth, correct? So what do these lines mean? What do these numbers mean? They actually mean nothing but opportunity. Opportunity for you, opportunity for all of us, opportunity to be not only take jobs in this space, but to look at the careers in this space. And I'm going to share some of the career options as well for you. You know, if you can see also in tier 2 and tier 3, there has been a growth of investors by 2,648%. Wow. And the crypto market has grown 80% in the last 2020 to 2021. This year's numbers haven't come in, but that's a huge growth. And India has got 50 million, more than that now. It's about 20 million wallets now during this time. In fact, India ranks, it used to rank second in the number of wallets held. Now it's ranked number 4, but that's fine. It's still in the top 5. Investments too have increased big time. So instead of showing you everything, let me show you straight. I'll get straight to the point. Where are the jobs? What's happening in this space? And why crypto is going to be on everybody's lips now. I'll show this once again for those who have not seen it and for those who have. Here we go. Where is the digital currency being used? Look at that. It's being used in e-commerce. It's being used in global payments, remittances, peer-to-peer lending means I can send you right now, or microfinancing. You also know that if you have cryptocurrencies, you can use them to stake. Stake means put it back in the system, not sell them, and earn interest on them as well. That's what they're being used for. Other use cases are on the blockchain side. But again, all of them use some form of a token. So all these, whatever you see here, is exactly what the world is moving towards. Well, look at the India map. This is the government of India, projects going on. If you see, there are more than 90 projects right now as we speak in over 16 states. 16 out of the 29 states we have, they have blockchain projects ongoing. That's a huge endorsement for the technology. Right now, I'll tell you something which is really interesting. Your jobs and careers. Now we all say, well, we all know a little bit about crypto. We can't learn everything about crypto in about 45 minutes, but what we can get is an overview. What's really important is to understand, do we get jobs if we understand the subject? Is there a future? Are there any careers? Well, the answer is a very big resounding yes. And here's what they are. Have a look at this. First of all, everybody says, okay, will I get a good salary? Well, the answer is yes, very well, yes. The salary of a blockchain professional varies in practice, obviously, but on year, they've been growing at more than 100%, right? So yes, last year, if for a similar job, the salary was say 10 lakhs, today it's almost 20 lakhs for the same job, because there is a scarcity of people. There's a scarcity of professionals in this space. And that's why it's an opportunity for you. Also, if you look at this wheel, I love this wheel because it also shows these are the most popular job opportunities in the crypto blockchain space. So you can become a blockchain engineer, you can become a developer, quality engineer, a legal consultant, designer, marketing specialist. Now, those who don't want to do too much of technology can become marketing specialists in the same space, in the crypto space. You may have heard of ICOs, that is initial coin offerings. A lot of companies go for the initial coin offerings to raise money within the tokenized ecosystem, and marketing them is a very well-paying job, almost as high as a developer, a marketing head is paid. Now, we have data scientists, we have technical recruiters, and analysts, project managers, lots more, and I'll show you some more. So here's the jobs, guys. Still the answer comes, where are the jobs? Here are the jobs, guys. Look at this. If you are looking at fundamental blockchain jobs, these are your opportunities. Developer, engineer, this is only within the blockchain space. I will talk about the NFT space, the metaverse space, and the Web3 space as well, because that's where all the jobs are. 3 or 4 years back, these jobs did not exist. Now they do. And look at that. Developer, engineer, quality engineer, data scientists, tech architects, analysts, risk analysts, project managers, product managers, tech recruiters, blockchain attorneys, blockchain business development professionals, ICO advisors, even crypto journalists. These are lots and lots of jobs. These are the more popular jobs available right now. Well, let's have a look at more. Now, NFTs have all of us since the first CryptoKitties went for sale in 2017. From then onward, it's been a wonderful ride for NFTs. NFTs, the market has been growing year on year more than 300%, which is a lot. Now, what are the opportunities? if you want to only focus on the NFT space, and mind you, all these require you to have a good, sound knowledge about the cryptocurrency, how it's created, how it moves, what it does, etc. Because NFT itself is a part of that ecosystem. So you can become a marketing specialist, you can become a community moderator. They're in very big demand. Backend engineers, meme artists, developers, UI, UX designers, tokenomic analysts. If you ask me what is tokenomics, well, that's what you're going to have in the future, the economics of tokens and tokenization. That is the blockchain. So economics is soon going to become tokenomics. Partnership managers, 3D designers, so many more. These are just some of the popular ones, and more emerge. Let's have a look at them more. Metaverse. We all have heard of the metaverse. We all, ever since Facebook changed its name to Meta, everybody's rushing towards the metaverse. Hey, it's too early. It's just the beginning, but the jobs are emerging because people are now valuing the value the metaverse brings to their brands, to their organizations. Lots of things happening in this space. A lot of brands are moving into the metaverse, but who knows much about the metaverse? So we need research scientists to research new technologies. We need hardware developers because the metaverse has lots of technologies built inside. We require metaverse software engineers, planners. You know, if you're an architect, there are great job or a designer, there are great job opportunities to design cities and lands and buildings inside the metaverse, just like you would do it here. Right now, it's the same thing happening there. You even require cybersecurity experts because, well, anything can happen in the metaverse because it's not controlled by anybody. So we need to have certain protocols that people who put in the systems for private security, ecosystem developers, strategists, all these. Web3. We all have been talking of late. We are moving towards Web3. Seriously, do we really know what is Web3? Frankly speaking, most of us will not know. Nothing wrong in that. It's just a very new nascent term which has been talked about. Well, Web3 is the move from Web2, which is right now, which is centralized, a centralized system. It moves to Web3, which is decentralized. That's the big difference, where you will have control over your data. Right now, whenever you go to the website, you have to give all your information, and you have to and you have to share it with them. Otherwise, they won't let you go inside. And what they do is sell your information 100 times over, billion times over, for that matter. Now, in Web3, things are going to change, but then that's a subject for another day. I won't go too deep into it. But then again, there are a lot of job requirements there. As you can see, brand specialists, community managers, auditors, engineers, product strategy. Well, with all the brands going there, somebody needs to know what's the value for a brand. Those guys are in big demand. Solution specialists are in very, very big demand. So before I wind up on this, I want to say what recruiters are saying. Paul Dupois, he's the ex-MD of Randstad India. Randstad India is one of the largest recruiting firms which recruits the top creme de la creme for Amazons, for Dell, for HCL, for Infosys, for the Wipros, HP, all the big boys, they recruit from him. Now, what does he say? Salaries for ready-to-be deployed professionals with a blockchain background are twice that of one without blockchain expertise. That's a big statement. Recently, I don't know how many of you know, there is a position with one of the private sector banks opened up as the chief blockchain and crypto officer. His starting salary was 2.1 crores. That's a lot of money. And he had about 12 years of experience overall, of which 3 years or 4 years were in blockchain and crypto. Now that's called the value of a technology. There is a dearth of professionals in this space. There's a shortage, very huge shortage. I told you right now, there are only 50,000 and we need 100,000 every year till the 2030 and then even more. How do we bridge this gap? Who is going to bridge this gap? You, me, we are going to bridge this gap. So learn the fundamentals, understand the platforms, explore a little more, and don't just keep on thinking Bitcoin is just for trading coins. It's much, much more than that. Get yourself certified, qualified, analyze markets, and enjoy and explore this transformation, because the world is going to soon move towards a tokenized economy. Well, that's it from my side. Very quick. That was a quick overview, a little bit about cryptocurrencies and a little bit about what your careers could be in this space. And I'll stop the share now. And if you got any questions for me, you can ask me anything right now. Right, English, any questions for me? Just let me know.
No, sir. There's no questions I can see as of now. No open questions.
Okay.
So I think we can wrap up the session. It was
perfect.
So once again, sir, thank you for taking out your time and joining us and doing a wonderful session. Even I got to know a lot of things about the session, which I was not aware of. And once again, thanks for joining, taking out your time and joining the session.
My pleasure. Anytime for you.
Sorry, sir.
Anytime for you.
You're most welcome. And we are really glad to have you as our advisory member in our board.
Thank you.
And we are looking forward to have more such session in coming month.
Definitely.
And thank you, sir, once again.
Thank you, folks. Thank you, and have a lovely day, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, folks, for joining. And next week again, we have one more session.
You can answer Anurag. Anurag is there. Any possibility to get to Web3 as a not an experienced person? Absolutely. Web3 is also just as inexperienced as you are. I mean, it's just come around. It's been there for a long time, but we're talking about it now. So yes, if you want to get into this space, get in touch with Bimlesh or me. We'll happy to guide you on how to get into the Web3 world, even if you're a fresher. So you don't have to worry if you're a fresher or an experienced person. There are not many experienced person in Web3 because it's just a few months old. So enjoy the space. If you want, if you have the passion, go ahead and enjoy it. So Anurag, can we get a copy of the presentation that you can ask Bimlesh? Bimlesh will take care of that, I guess.
Yes, sir, I'll take care of that.
Yep. So.
And in case if you guys want to get to know about more, please join our community. And we'll be having event on every Thursday at the evening from 7 to 8 p.m. I've just posted a Discord community link here. So feel free to join and we'll see you next week. Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful evening.
Right. Thanks, folks. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.